Craigslist can be a great place to find deals, connect with your community, or sell your old stuff. But it also comes with risks that every user should be aware of. The anonymity of Craigslist opens the door for scammers and criminals looking to take advantage of unsuspecting users. In 2021 alone, over 47,000 people reported being scammed on Craigslist to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3. And those are just the reported cases. The real number is likely much higher. These scams range from fake rental listings to fraudulent job offers and even outright theft. The following true story illustrates just how quickly an innocent Craigslist transaction can take a terrifying turn. Knowing the red flags and taking proper precautions is crucial to having a safe experience on this massive online marketplace. Read on to learn how one unlucky Craigslist user found this out the hard way. Craigslist's immense popularity as an online marketplace comes with significant risks that every user should be aware of. The sheer volume of transactions made through the site every day means scams are commonplace. Unlike other services like eBay or Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist offers no protections for buyers or sellers. All transactions are between individuals with no guarantees of product quality, payment security, or personal safety during exchanges. While people certainly use Craigslist successfully daily, the lack of seller-buyer protections opens the door for fraudulent, dangerous, and unethical activities. Craigslist expressly states in their terms of use that they cannot protect against monetary losses or unsafe meetups. Users must exercise extreme caution when browsing listings, communicating with sellers, buyers, and exchanging money or goods. One wrong move can mean losing hundreds or thousands of dollars to smooth-talking scammers skilled at manipulating unsuspecting marks. With no seller ratings, buyer reviews, payment processing, or support staff, Craigslist ultimately relies on an enter-at-your-own-risk model. This freewheeling approach leaves ample room for con artists, counterfeiters, and even violent criminals to set traps for the naive and trusting. The onus falls completely on individual users to detect shady offers, insist on safe meetup conditions, and come prepared to walk away. While fantastic deals exist, falling prey to the dark side of Craigslist carries painful costs. In 2017, a 26-year-old man named Jim Wilson from Cleveland, Ohio, posted an ad on Craigslist looking to buy a used dirt bike. He connected with a seller named Tom who said he had a 2008 Honda CRF 450R for sale and invited Jim to come check it out. Jim drove 45 minutes to meet Tom at a grocery store parking lot, as Tom said he didn't feel comfortable showing his home address. When Jim arrived, Tom was already there with the dirt bike loaded in the back of his pickup truck. Jim took the bike for a short test drive and inspected it. Everything seemed legitimate, so he paid Tom the $200, asking price in cash. After completing the purchase, Jim attempted to register the dirt bike, only to find out it was stolen. The VIN number had been filed down and the engine serial number didn't match the Honda records. Tom had disappeared with Jim's money and was nowhere to be found. Jim reported the crime, but police had little to go on. He was out fined $200 with no dirt bike to show for it. It was a hard lesson about the risks of using peer-to-peer marketplaces like Craigslist for high-dollar transactions. Jim wishes he had taken more precautions to verify the dirt bike's ownership beforehand. When buying or selling on Craigslist, there are certain red flags to watch out for that may indicate a scam. Requests for bank personal info. Scammers will often ask for personal information like your bank account number, social security number, etc. Never provide this information to someone you don't know on Craigslist. Distant buyers and sellers. Beware of buyers or sellers who claim to be located far away and want to complete the transaction remotely. This is a common scam tactic. It's best to only deal locally and in person. Too good to be true deals, unbelievably low prices, or unrealistic offers are a telltale sign of a scam. If a deal seems too good to be true, it likely is. Proceed with extreme caution. Some other things to watch out for are requests to pay in unusual ways like gift cards, money orders, or bank transfers. And be wary of sellers using stock photos instead of actual photos of the item. Trust your gut feeling. If something seems suspicious or sketchy at all, it's best to just move on and find a more reputable seller. Don't let great deals cloud your judgment. Safety precautions. When buying and selling on online marketplaces like Craigslist, it's important to take safety precautions. Here are some tips. Meet in a public place. Never agree to meet a buyer or seller in a private home or isolated area. Choose a busy, well-lit public spot like a coffee shop or store parking lot. This reduces the risk of robbery or assault. Bring someone with you. Having a friend, family member, or even a stranger from Craigslist with you is safer than going alone. There's safety in numbers. Trust your instincts. If something seems sketchy or off about a buyer or seller, listen to your gut. It's better to miss out on a deal than put yourself in danger. Don't feel bad about backing out. Take precautions with payments. Avoid paying with cash when possible. Use a credit card or payment app instead. Never wire money to someone you don't know. Don't give out personal information. Keep details like your address private until you meet in person. Be cautious sharing phone numbers as well. Bring a phone and let others know where you'll be. Have a charged phone in case you need to call for help. Tell a friend or family member where you're going and when you'll be back. Require valid IDs. Ask to see and take pictures of the seller's ID and ownership paperwork if buying a car or high-value item. This helps confirm legitimacy. Trust your gut during interactions. If anything seems strange, unsettling, or dangerous when meeting a buyer or seller, leave the situation immediately. Your safety comes first. Unfortunately, scams do occur on sites like Craigslist from time to time. If you find yourself the victim of a scam, here are some important steps to take. Contact your bank immediately if any financial information has been compromised. Alert them to any unauthorized charges or access to your accounts. You may need to cancel debit credit cards, transfer money to new accounts, or take other steps to secure your finances. The sooner you act, the better. Report the scam to Craigslist. Use their Report Fraud Prohibited link on each posting to alert them. Describe what happened with details and any evidence you may have. Screenshots of emails, texts, for example. This can potentially help Craigslist identify scammers and remove them from the site. File a report with the police. Especially if you lost money, file a report about the scam with your local police department. Provide them all relevant details and documentation. They may or may not be able to recover lost funds, but having an official report can help strengthen your case when disputing unauthorized charges with banks too. Tackling these steps quickly after identifying a scam can limit the damage and potentially lead to catching the perpetrators. It's always wise to be cautious when dealing with strangers online. But even if you do fall victim, make sure to contact the proper authorities right away for assistance. Don't let scammers take advantage without consequence. The future of online marketplaces will include a greater emphasis on safety, security, and protections for both buyers and sellers. Sites like Craigslist gained popularity for their minimal barriers to entry and anonymous nature. However, the resulting lack of oversight has led to increased scams, fraud, and even physical danger in some transactions. As online marketplaces continue to proliferate, we will likely see more rigorous identity verification, transaction insurance, escrow services, and other precautions implemented. Some sites may move toward requiring real names or social media authentication to cut down on anonymity that criminals can hide behind. With more personal data and purchase histories, predictive analytics could also help flag suspicious activity earlier before a scam occurs. While increased safety measures could add costs and reduce some convenience, it will be essential for building trust in peer-to-peer transactions. The platforms that prioritize protections while still offering a smooth user experience are likely to emerge as the safest options. With technology improving security tools every day, the future looks bright for online marketplaces where one can buy and sell without undue fear or risk. The days of pure anonymity enabling scams on sites like Craigslist appear to be numbered as user protections become a higher priority. Key takeaways. While Craigslist provides a convenient platform for buying and selling used goods, users should exercise caution when conducting transactions through the site. There are dishonest users who may try to scam buyers out of money without providing the agreed-upon goods or services. Here are some key tips to keep in mind when using Craigslist. Meet in a public place. Never go to a private home or undisclosed location to complete a transaction. Meet in a busy area like a coffee shop or store parking lot. Bring someone with you. Don't go alone. Bring a friend or family member to ensure your safety. Verify payment methods. Avoid wire transfers, prepaid cards, checks, or cash. Use secure digital payment platforms when possible. Trust your instincts. If anything seems suspicious, walk away from the deal. Don't let the desire for a good deal override your caution. Be wary of sob stories. Scammers will sometimes use elaborate stories to try to earn your trust or sympathy. Stay objective. Inspect before you pay. Thoroughly inspect the item before exchanging any money. Make sure it's what was advertised. While the majority of Craigslist users are honest, it's important to keep your guard up when transacting business there. Follow these tips, listen to your intuition, and walk away from any deal that seems questionable. Staying vigilant can help avoid being victimized by a Craigslist scam. Craigslist and other online marketplaces can certainly pose risks, but being an informed and vigilant user can go a long way in protecting yourself. Here are some key takeaways. Trust your instincts. If a deal seems too good to be true, it likely is. Don't let excitement over a bargain cloud your judgment. Insist on meeting in a safe public place during the daytime. Avoid isolated areas or the other party's home property. Bring a friend or family member. There is safety in numbers. Do not pay or provide personal information until you have the item in hand and have inspected it. Once money is exchanged, recourse becomes very limited. Be wary of sob stories or elaborate explanations. Scammers will try to lower your guard and build a false sense of trust. Document all communications and transactions. Save phone numbers, screenshots, user profiles, and payment info in case an issue arises later. If scammed, promptly report it to the marketplace provider, financial institutions, and authorities. Your swift actions could help prevent the scammer from victimizing others. While nothing is 100% foolproof, following sensible precautions can help minimize the risks inherent to peer-to-peer marketplaces. With some street smarts, you can tap into these platforms and uncover great deals safely.